Welcome back everyone to a traditional 2v2 siege battle. Here we have Ulfur, who is commanding Kush, Dan, who is commanding Macedon, attacking against two players from Legacy of Phobos, which are the Mighty Gato, who is in charge of Nabatea, and Slan, who is yet again in charge of Pontus. It seems like we're seeing Slan take Pontus rather a lot on this channel. But anyway, let's get this battle started. As you can see, it's 48 minutes, just under an hour. We have two pretty powerful factions attacking. I mean, Kush is a very powerful faction, and Macedon isn't that bad either. For the army comps, let's start with the defenders. For Slan's army, we have a lot of Pontic swords, as one would expect. Some Eastern archers, and a lot more Pontic swords. Yeah, that is mostly Slan's army, just 2 units. Pontic swords, Eastern archers, and 1 unit of bronze shield pikemen. For Nabatea, we have Nabatean heavy archers. I think we have 4 of them. Yes, we have 4 Nabatean heavy archers, very deadly archers, really good armor, and they should be able to take out any other archers put up against them. Some 2 units of desert pikes, a lot of armored desert hoplites, around 4 of those, and some Nabatean axe warriors. And that is mostly it for Nabatea. Yeah, some desert levy on the walls there. The ballista for Nabatea is firing. Not sure what it's shooting at, but it's trying to get some kills. Not sure where the ballista of Slan is. Yeah, it seems Slan may have not brought ballista in this battle, but as we can see, let's have a look at the attacker's army comps. For Macedon, for Dan, who's in control of Macedon, Dan has brought in 3 units of militia hoplites, some mercenary Thracians, some royal pelters, and a couple of units of Cretan archers and Rhodian slingers. So the Cretan archers will be really good. Not sure why he chose to bring some Rhodian slingers, but as you can see, these Cretans are taking some fire from that ballista on the walls. Let's hope they don't lose too many men. A lot of galleries over here to protect the archers of Kush. Interesting tactic, never really seen that before, just having galleries here at the back. Kush has some swordsman units, obviously the 4 units of Nubian bowmen. Personally, I would have brought some better Kushite royal archers, I think they're called, if I was playing as Kush, if I was in Ulfur's position. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. Some Shotel warriors, pretty standard stuff, some armored Shotels. Yeah, pretty spread out army for Kush. The first siege tower of Macedon has now landed. Nice stuff. Let's get some close-ups. Oh, no. Oh, did I? So it seems like the defenders have some chariots here. Let's hope they'll be able to get some kills in this battle. Yeah, didn't realize. And obviously over here, there's this 1 unit of this 1 siege tower that's moving up onto the wall. There's 1 unit of swordsmen, but there is nothing to hold against that. I'm not sure why the defenders didn't move any troops to help out there. So Pontic swords taking on the Macedonian militia hoplites, I think they are, or some thorax swordsmen. Really nice stuff. A lot of archer fire coming in from the side. A lot of men have now engaged on this wall. Yeah, thorax swords taking on Pontic swordsmen. Thorax swords should be able to take down these Pontics, but there is a lot of archer fire coming in from these Eastern archers, which have already managed to get a couple of kills. Thorax swordsmen losing decisively. These units over here, already down to 135 men. The other thorax swords are doing alright, but if I was in the position of Macedon, so in Dan's position, I would definitely not put all these thorax swords on the walls, because I believe first of all there's not that so much need to put that many units on the walls, because they will take a lot of archer fire and they will lose a lot of men. Secondly, these units are really expensive units, so thorax swords, they aren't the most elite units, but they definitely cost quite a bit. So I wouldn't recommend putting putting them on the walls. I would probably have gotten some other units to go on the walls instead of these thoraxes. But yes, I don't think Macedon has anything else to put up here. Pontic swordsmen, however, they are losing decisively as we're looking around. Some are in combat even. Most of them are losing decisively. Archers have already managed to get around 30 kills each. Swordsmen of Kush have now engaged with the Nabatean Axe Warriors and some Desert Levy, and they are winning, I think. No, they are losing against the Desert Axe Warriors, but they're doing alright. They've broken the Ballista here. No, they're breaking some Desert Levy. Swordsmen winning decisively over on this side. So yeah, pretty even stuff. This one unit of swordsmen has managed to get inside the city, but not sure what the defenders were doing. Probably didn't notice it, but it will be able to get into those archers if the defenders don't move up any troops to do something against that. If I was the attackers, I would have definitely committed some more troops onto this side, because one unit, it might be able to kill a couple of archers, but it won't be able to do much more than that. This unit is still charging into these archers. Nabatean heavy archers, really expensive unit, costing around 600. I would definitely have sent something to take care of this unit of swordsmen here. Good play by the attackers. Balance of power and the battle as a whole is looking pretty even. However, the attackers do have a lot of men trapped on the walls, and they will take a lot of archer fire. They need to get those down pretty quickly. Pontic swords are looting decisively, so they should be able to get off the walls quite soon. And now Macedon has sent a couple of troops to burn down the gate. Nice stuff. The unit of swordsmen managed to get around 40 kills, but has now been encircled by a couple of the defending units. Yeah, this unit will quickly break, but it did manage to get some nice kills onto these archers. Not sure if it was worth it though. Yeah, it probably wasn't. If I was the... Yeah, I would send some more units over here to kind of get on this wall, try flank around, not just one tower, but it is very easy to hold this wall over here, so it is the choice of the attackers what to do in this case. The thorax swordsmen on the walls are breaking with a mere 44 kills. Now some archer fire coming in from Kush. Nubian bowmen getting some kills on these on the Syrian archers, and the Syrian archers are retreating as they are now outnumbered. They will not engage those Nubian bowmen. They are pulling back a bit. Swordsmen have gone down to 90 men, and Macedon has still not managed to get off these walls. Yeah, not sure why Macedon has these Rhodian slingers all the way at the back here. Definitely would have moved them up a bit if I was in Macedon's position. Pikemen, so 2 units of pikes that I must have missed before. Macedon has in reserve. These might come in quite handy. But as we can see, the attackers have moved up most of their armies except a couple of units that are spread out here and there. A lot of armored Shotels here for Kush, a lot of elite units. These will be really tough to take care of for the defenders. Gate has now been burned down almost completely. So more Shotels getting onto the walls but taking a lot of archer fire. I'm not sure how long these guys will last. Some other Shotel warriors are also taking some fire. But get ready to engage some Nabatean Axe warriors. Right now we're not seeing any really exceptional tactics used by either side. Pretty standard stuff. The defenders are just trapping their attacking units on the walls, making sure they're getting some nice hits on them. Yeah, they're following all the rules, everything one to do when defending settlement. Now Nabatea has moved up a couple of units, so unit of Nabatean Axe Warriors to hold the gate, along with some Pontic swords that might come to reinforce, because the gate has of course been burnt down. The militia hoplites do not appear as if they're going to go through. However, I would definitely recommend that these guys go through the gate rather than sending in a more elite unit. The gate, of course, has oil. Yeah, these militia hoplites, they are pretty depleted from burning down that gate. One of them is already down to 80 men. And it seems like the defenders have a hell of a lot of troops left. This will be a tough one for the attackers. Also, these Thorax swordsmen on the walls, they are taking some hits from this archer tower over here. Not sure why the attackers are not sending in any units to engage in these breach points they've made. It would definitely help out a bit. But the defenders don't have that many units holding here. 3 units. Kush could easily use these armored Shelltail warriors to get through these weaker Pontic swords. It would be really easy for them, yeah. A lot of death on this wall over here. I'd say mostly from Kush. Kushite slave infantry throwing their peeler. Not really getting any kills though. Well, they are. 10 kills. It's alright. Shoto warriors are engaging the Nabatean axe warriors, which have been holding for quite a while, as you can remember, on this wall. Battle looking fairly even right now. And Macedon has managed to clear this section of the wall from Pontus. Slan has managed to clear this section of the wall from all of Macedon's troops. Really good stuff. This means that Macedon will no longer manage to attack these units of Pontics in the rear. And they'll blob up a lot more troops over here, making it easier for the Eastern archers and the archers of Nabatea to take all these units out. However, we're not seeing any archer fire come in right now. It seems as if defenders are kind of holding back, and so are the attackers, biding their time a bit. Not sure how effective this is, guys, because a lot of the archer fire, well, yeah, they are actually getting quite a few kills into these Nabatean axe warriors, but I would definitely not recommend shooting through a gate, because it does mean that some shots will inevitably bounce off the walls and not getting and kind of be wasted. Kush has now chosen to send over its armored Shelltail warriors to attack the units of Nabatea and Pontus holding these breach points over here. Nabatea has rushed up some pikes that they had in reserve to hold this breach point against the armored Shelltails. These armored Shelltails, guys, they won't really be able to hold a lot against the... They'll be able to break these Pontic swordsmen quite easily. Armored Shelltails charging in against the Pontic swords. Yeah, these armored Shelltails should definitely be able to make quick work of these Pontic swords. Also, if they manage to kind of capture this section of the wall here, it will allow them to get into the rear and kind of help out all these troops of all these Thoraxes that have been stuck on the wall for Macedon. Yeah, good stuff. So armored Shelltails, they're not doing that great. They are kind of, well, they are actually being Pontic swordsmen, of course. But the pikes are supporting. Pikes are not in a really good formation, so not sure how many kills they'll be able to get. But I would definitely get these archers firing into the kind of flank or rear of these armored Shelltails, because it isn't worth losing this tower to the attackers. Yeah, the armored Shelltails are now being fired at by these Pontic swords. Ouch. Yeah, and the armored Shelltails lost 10 men from that volley. Yeah, that will also hurt their morale quite a bit. Wow. Yeah, the Pontics, so the armored Shelltails are losing a lot of men to the archer fire. In the middle also, these armored Shelltails are also losing. The only side where they're winning is over here against these Pontic swords, where they've got the perfect angle. What I would do over here is I would pull the Pontic swords back a bit, reform, because right now they're getting shot in the rear by the Eastern archers, and they have lost around 50 men, which is a bit crucial because these units are so expensive. Probably the most expensive units on the battlefield right now. Armored Shotels over here breaking against these against this pike stacking over here. Desert pikemen have managed to get 75 kills and the Pontics 30 against these armored Shotel warriors, and now these armored Shotels will get charged in the back, and I don't think even they will be able to withstand this. No, they're not. No, they're not actually getting charged in the back, because good move here from Kush. Kush has sent the unit of armored Shotels back in to prevent them getting charged in the back. I would maybe even try to get this cav, if I was Kush, inside and charge this unit of Pontic swords, and maybe then charge into these other Pontic swords that are coming up. Macedon also could send in some militia hoplites to support. Not sure why they're not doing that. Pontic swords are breaking here against the armored Shotels, which are on 100 kills right now. Macedon is also firing into these desert pikemen. Really good use of these archers over here. The last of the thoraxes of Macedon are slowly breaking the walls. A lot of death on these walls. The defenders have defended these walls to the last man indeed. The gate has been abandoned. Not sure if that was a good choice there by the attackers. They did sacrifice a lot of men, as you can see, to burn down this gate, and now they just choose to not attack it. It might have been better to not burn it down in the first place. Shotels over here engaging along with the Kushite slave infantry, these Nabatean axe warriors. One of them is in combat even, but the other one is losing decisively. The pikes have broken. This might really be really important for the attackers. The pikes have broken against the armored Shotels, which are now on 170 kills, and even though they're quite depleted, should be able to take out these Nabatean axe warriors, except if Slan or Pontus moves this unit to the rear of these armored Shotels. Yeah, also over here we've seen these armored Shotels also win. The general has now engaged, a bit late though. Not sure how effective this general will be in just fighting a breach point. Should definitely be taken out. Cycle charged a bit, because the Ezos are taking a lot of archer fire, and most of Kush's units are not disciplined, if I'm not... nope, yeah, wrong unit. So these armored Shotels, yeah, they're not disciplined. Which will mean if the Kush general breaks, will be a really big toll on morale for Kush, and he has lost around over 20 men now. Ouch. No, not around 20 men. Mercenary Cretan archers have not really used any of their ammo, and as we can see, the attackers really don't have a lot of troops left. They really need to use the remaining units wisely over here to do some damage. Not sure why these armored Shotel warriors have just been left here to take fire from the gate. Mistake here from the attackers. Yeah, so these armored Shotels, they did get 166 kills. It is a bit disappointing though. You would expect armored Shotels, a unit that costs 1.2k, to get around 500 or 300 or 400 kills, not 170 kills and break. Kushite General is desperately trying to charge in and break the defending units, and Macedon has managed to come in with the push. Macedon has managed to get into the rear of these Nabatean axe warriors, and this will be, I think, yes, this is the turning point, guys, of the battle. Nabatea will be able to inflict a lot of casualties right here. Good move. Good move by Macedon to get into the rear of these young axe warriors. Some more militia hoplites coming in, and even though they're only militia hoplites, one would expect these units. Yes, so they did lose a lot of men. We definitely need some support over here. Kushite General is kind of cycle charging, but he is slowly losing men. He's on 57 men now. And these militia hoplites are breaking. They need support from the main body of Macedon's army. Not sure why Macedon is holding back all these units. These royal pelters and even the general would be able to do really well in this breach point right here. If there's any point in the battle when these Thracian warriors should be engaged, it is now, because these Thracian warriors, they're like a glass cannon. They have really big melee attack and weapon damage, but they don't have any armor, and the defense is also really bad. So it's really good to engage them when there's no archers around, and that moment is right now. What I also don't really like is how Macedon has pushed into the second layer of defense with just one unit of militia hoplites without finishing up the first layer of defense. That is not a good choice, because they're overextending. This unit will be able to get kind of double teamed, get outflanked, will be taken out really soon. And now we're seeing a sally out from the Nabatean Axe Warriors, which have reached 100 kills following... so I think it's just chasing off the Kush generals. Yeah, the Nabatean Axe Warriors, they are actually sallying out, and they will charge into these Thracian warriors. Let's have a look how they'll do. So Nabatean Axe Warriors, they are pretty depleted. They are on 66 men. They should be able to get taken out quite quickly by the mercenary Thracians. They are losing. As I said before, their melee defense is so bad. They only have 12 melee defense, so it isn't unexpected that they're losing. Nubian bowmen firing right now, not really getting that many kills. Cretans also can get a lot more kills than what they currently have. Some armored Chotels are attacking these Nabatean Axe Warriors. Over here, militia hoplites are kind of losing from the Pontics. What I would do right now, I would pull them back just a bit so they're in range of the archer tower and they're not engaged, to kind of rest them a bit too, because they don't really stand a chance against these Pontic swords. Yes, now they are retreating, and they're going to get supported by the Royal Pelters. Nice stuff. Royal Pelters, though, they have managed to lose a lot of men, so they are 112 men. Not sure how they managed to lose that many men, probably from the archers. But as we can see, this will be a tough one for the attackers to take. A lot of units in reserve over here. We're not seeing a lot of units left to the attacking players. Royal Pelters are winning against the Pontic swords, which isn't unexpected, but they have gotten in a bit of a weird angle. This was a good tactic from Slan over here, because by sacrificing this one unit of Pontic swords, he will be able to get these bronze shield pikemen to engage into the flank of these Royal Pelters. And as you can see, the attackers saw what was happening and didn't even try to engage right here. They did just pull back. And right now, what I would do if I was one of the attacking players is I would focus on engaging these units over here and taking out the gate rather than pushing further into the town, because it's not, this is a weaker part of the defense. There is only some depleted units left holding here, obviously some fresher Pontic swords, but they should be able to be taken out quite easily by these pikes and these armored Chotels and all the units that the attackers still have. I'm not sure if the defenders still have a lot of archers left. Yeah, Nabatea does have some archers left, and Eastern archers for Pontus have used up most of their ammo, I think. Yeah, both of them. Yeah, so they don't actually have any more ammo left. However, there is some more archers here at the back. Yeah, they also don't have any more ammo left. Nope, they do. They might have one or two volleys left. So all these Eastern archers doing very well. All besides one of them have used up most of their ammo. This unit only has killed 30 men, so they should have a lot of ammo left. However, they are quite depleted. So defenders have managed to successfully defend all of this section over here, And it is really disappointing that the attackers just started at the beginning of the battle. The attackers chose to focus on the section of the wall kind of where the siege towers are. Now they're just focusing where the turtles made their breach points. That isn't a good choice. They need to evenly spread out their armies, attack everything, because by focusing on one point, it obviously means that the defenders can pull away all their troops, and also just focus on one point. Just 2 or 3 units would really help if they were on the walls or going through the gate maybe. However, we are seeing the defenders kind of pull back a bit. And these pikes are getting shot in the flank, not losing a lot of men though. Yeah, a lot of Macedon still has quite a few troops remaining. And the pikemen haven't lost too many units. Oh yeah, good move here by the defenders. So the reason why the defenders pulled back was so that the attackers overextend and get in range of this archer tower, so this archer tower can start getting some kills and picking off some of these pikes and these Thracian warriors. Over here we are seeing the Royal Pelters engage and lose against the armored desert hoplites. Wow, interesting stuff. This unit of Royal Pelters is quite depleted, so I'm not really surprised losing. But this unit of armored Shotels might be able to turn the tide of the battle. One unit over in this mess was... So this unit of armored Shotels over here on 380 kills, really nice stuff. This is what I like to see. Yeah, armored Shotels here being put to good use, kind of almost getting behind the defending armored desert hoplites, and the armored desert hoplites are losing now against these pikes and this big blob attack from the attackers. Yeah, so we can see all of the attackers have moved up all of their units almost into this area over here, and they have now pulled back so that they don't take any arrow tower damage. And yeah, armored desert hoplites have broken over here. There is some archer fire coming in from these Nabatean heavy archers, which are on almost 200 kills, really nice stuff. But the other... yes, I thought these guys were out of ammo. I just got confused seeing their daggers, but they're not. Yeah, so the Nabatea still has quite a bit of ammo left, and will be able to do a lot of damage to all these units that are pushing in. However, one thing that the attackers did do well is they kept a lot of their ammo for the end of the battle. As you can see, all of these Nubian bowmen haven't really gotten any kills, and they're still ready to get a lot more kills than they currently have. Also, the mercenary Rhodian slingers have a lot of ammo left, and so do all of these Cretans. So while the attackers do not have a lot of men left, they still have a hell of a lot of ammo, and they really need to use that in order to push up into the next layer of the defense. Pikemen kind of getting a couple of kills, doing quite well. However, these Nubian bowmen are kind of shooting in their rear, so not sure how much that will help. Pikemen are losing now against this tide of attacking units. Yeah, really big fight going on here. Armored Shotels now engaging. Yeah, a lot of units being thrown into this big fight here. Nothing being committed on this side. Defenders have mostly pulled back all their units, and they are only holding here. But if we do have a look around at the defending troops, what do the defenders have left? So Pontus has a lot of archers left, but all their archers have used up all their ammo except one of their archers. So they do have a unit of bronze shield pikes, which could be quite deadly, which are fresh. Some desert, and that is, well, no. Pontus has some units of Pontics, which are pretty depleted. Yeah, Pontus has, I think, 3. So Pontus has 3 fresh units, and Nabatea has Yeah, Nabatea also has a couple of fresh units, but Nabatea has engaged most of them, so they're only holding back one unit of Desert Hoplites and another unit of Nabatean Axe Warriors. Mistake from the attackers here. They've left this alleyway. They've left it undefended. The Royal Peltas General really needs to move up here and support these militia hoplites. These militia hoplites will not be able to hold against any of these units that are moving up here. A lot of archer fire coming in from the Cretans though. They should be able to take out all the units. Yeah, so they managed to break those young axes. Cav has now charged in. However, it will kind of get caught. Yeah, it got caught by the Nabatean Axe Warriors, and the Cav will lose some men. It is on 49 men. I would definitely disengage it. Why is the Royal Peltas... Oh, it's... Sorry, Shield Bearer General not choosing to engage is a mystery to me. I would definitely have moved up this Shield Bearer General into this alleyway and engaged these Nabatean Axe Warriors, because this general will lose. He is losing men really fast. And the militia hoplites don't hold for really long either. These archers also need to start firing. The attackers have stopped pushing in the middle. They did kind of make some space, but as I said, yeah, so the Royal Peltas General, sorry again, Shield Bearer General is choosing to engage these Nabatean Axe Warriors over here. He is in fact the only other remaining infantry unit that is not Cav or archers that the attackers have to commit to this breach here. However, the mighty Gato is sallying out now with his Nabatean Axe Warriors and chasing after the Cretan archers. Or is he going to go around and attack the Shield Bearer General in the rear? Either way, it will be a good move for the attackers. However, if these archers start shooting now, we should be able to get off some really good kills on this unit of Nabatean Axe Warriors. Ouch! Yeah, that was a really strong volley coming into the rear of this unit. Cav might be able to get off a good charge, yeah, so this Nabatean Axe Warrior lost a lot of men from the archer fire. And it seems like the attackers are trapped right now. They don't have enough units to attack, and they also don't have enough units to hold their position. It isn't looking so good for the attackers, I'd say. Quite a lot of time left in the battle. Yeah, so the Kushite Royal Guard has gone outside the city, and now all these archers, they are getting a lot of kills right now. But I would definitely... Oh, yes, the Nabatean Axe Warriors, they finally broke. Pikes over here doing alright, but while these armored Chotels are engaging on their own, they do only have 29 men left. And right now, all the defenders need to do is just send a couple of units outside the town, focus their archers on this pike unit, and then the battle is mostly over. Yeah, the moment this pike unit over here falls, all of these attacking archers will be taken out. And if these Nubian bowmen don't start shooting quickly, they won't be used to good effect. Yeah, so a lot of archer fire coming in now, and the pikemen are actually pulling back even further behind some Rhodian slingers. Not sure how good of a move that is. Yeah, these pikes need to move up a bit. Need to move up to where these Rhodian slingers are, because they will be able to get outflanked. Because the road is a bit bigger where they're holding right now. And as we can see, yeah, the defenders are sending in some units to kind of attack that flank. Pikes did manage to get some kills. Nabatean sorry, Nabatean Syrian heavy archers on 85 kills are currently firing into the rear of the shield bearer general, and right now balance of power is still giving the attackers a chance, but the way I see it, it would be very unlikely for the attackers to win this battle. However, the shield bearer general, who is on 110 kills, has managed to break this unit of Pontic swords that was attacking it, and now the Kushite Royal Guard has also engaged another unit of Pontic swords. As the Pontic swords are pulling back, the attackers should be able to get some nice archer fire in their rear. Shield bearers though should be able to hold quite well over here. And right now, it's not difficult to say. I personally believe that the defenders have this battle. They have a lot of reserves over here. Pontus has a lot of men left, and even Nabatea has a lot of units left. Some desert hoplites, yeah. And all the attackers have is one unit of shield bearers and one unit of pikes and some archers. These Pontic swords are losing decisively, but what the defenders could do is they could just pull back and just fight in the open. If they chose to fight over here at the gate, the attackers would have no chance, because this unit of shield bearers would just get surrounded. Pontic swords are breaking, and the Cretan archers have managed to get a couple of kills. Yeah, 100 and something kills each, 120 kills each. Nubian bowmen, have they used up their ammo? But if they have, it will be really bad for the attackers. Nope, all of them seem to still have some ammo left. Yep. I really don't know what to say. Maybe, I think... Oh, so 2 units of Pontic swords have actually engaged the shield bearer general. He's losing. Wow. Why he's losing? He is on 175 kills, but it might be the archer fire. I would definitely, if I was Macedon, I would move these archers over here, kind of, where these trees are, and then get them to shoot into the rear of these Pontics rather than shoot over the head of the shield bearer general. Because right now, shield bearer is also losing a couple of men from that archer fire, friendly fire. Kushite Royal Guard has managed to break many of those Pontics, but now a fresh unit of Pontic swords is moving up. Yeah, this shield bearer general only has 48 men left. He's pretty much finished. I mean, yeah, there's really no hope for the attackers at this point. The archers of Nabatea are moving up, and nice stuff from the Kushite Royal Guards. They are managing to get into these archers, get some kills, cause some units to break. And right now, I think it's a thing of honor. That's the way I describe it. These the attackers are just fighting in order so that they can just get as many kills as possible. Oh, seems like the defenders are retreating to the inner layer of defense. Not sure why they're doing that. I think right now, or it would be a perfect time to use these chariots and get some nice kills. I really want to see these chariots in action in this battle. Could get into all these archers, all these units that are pretty depleted, and get some really nice kills. Pontic swords have moved up over here, and they are kind of getting. They will maybe get some kills on this general. No, they didn't. Pikes should be able to take care of these Pontic swords, even though they are quite depleted. They are still pikes. Yeah, Pontic swords are moving back over here. Not sure why Pontus or Slan has chosen to not engage these shield bearers over here. It would be a really big bonus if the defenders could easily take out the Macedonian general. It would affect the morale of the attackers and might even cause their armies to break. Yeah. Cretans? Do the Cretan... Sorry, I mean Cretan. Yeah, the Cretan archers still have some ammo left. Yeah, and it seems like the attackers are making they're kind of making their way into the inner layer of defense, pushing with their archers first. There's not a lot I can say about this. Definitely not going to be a win for the attackers, I think. Except if they're able to pull off something extraordinary with all these archers that they have left. The defenders do not have any archers left, if I am... Well, they do have some Nabatean heavy archers which have used up most of their ammo. But they might... Yeah, this unit still has some ammo left. But it's pretty depleted. So, not sure how much damage the attackers will be able to do. Also, if I was the attackers, I would definitely keep pushing, and then they'd be able to split all of these Pontic swords from the main body of the defending army. If they're able to isolate all of these Pontic swords and take them out before they regroup at the center with all of these armored desert hoplites. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what happened here. Wow. So the attackers have chosen to kind of pull back and go around this way to attack the victory point instead of going around here. Big mistake from the attackers. I know they couldn't see them, but if they somehow had known that these two units of Pontics were over here and they were alone and they could have taken them out, that may have been the only way they could win this battle. Because as you can see, these two units of Pontics are fresh, and all of the attacking army could definitely have taken them out. And once they've taken all of these guys out, there aren't that many troops left for Nabatea and Pontus that would be able to hold. As you can see right now, it does come down to just a couple of units. I think I will fast forward it at this point just a bit, until all the armies kind of move up, get into position. Sorry about the lag, guys. Yeah, so all of these units of armored desert hoplites, pretty healthy units. They have formed up over here, and they are getting ready to engage all of these Nubian bowmen, and the attackers are moving up. 4 minutes of the battle left, guys. Nubian bowmen, they do have their daggers out. They do have 231 kills. Really nice use of these cheaper units by the attackers. So Kush managing to use all of these archers that are out of ammo. These Nubian bowmen here at the back though, they do still have some ammo left. Should be able to get some kills. And as we can see, sneaky move from the defenders here. The mighty Gato has decided to move around his chariots and kind of get into the rear, use this road and get into the rear of the attacking armies. He is, however, waiting for the Kush general to just go around. Not sure. Yeah, this won't work out well for the Kush general. He will get taken out by all these Pontics that are being sent to hold over here. Yeah. Chariots. Yeah, chariots are moving up again. Oof, I feel like we're in for a massacre over here. Those chariots should be able to rack up kills against all of these units that are left. Attackers kind of forming up their archers. Do they have any ammo left? Yeah, attackers do have some ammo left in these Cretan archers, and they are firing now. Ouch, yeah. They are managing to get some volleys into these armored desert hoplites. However, I don't know if it doesn't seem like they have that much ammo left. Yeah, and it seems like that was it. So that one archer unit has used up all its ammo. These Rhodian slingers though, I'm not sure if they don't have any. Yeah, it seems like they don't have any ammo. Yeah, so none of these units have any ammo left. Pontus has managed to plug the gap here and prevent the Kushite general from charging into the rear of all of these armored desert hoplites. Mistake here from the defenders, getting this unit of Armored Desert Hoplites to charge out, he will now be surrounded and they'll leave a gap in their defense. Not sure why they've done that. Oh, I think it was to bait. Yeah. So the reason why the defenders charged out this unit of Armored Desert Hoplites was to bait the units of pikes to kind of engage, so that the chariots that are just about to appear for the defenders, for the attackers, can get into the rear of all these units and not have anything to prevent them. Shield bearers are engaging and the chariots have now appeared. Chariots should be able to do really well against all of these units over here. And as we can see, 1 minute of the battle left to go. Yeah, and the chariots are rushing in, kind of glitching a bit along the way. Let's have a look. And they are getting a really bad charge into these archers. Nope, now they're slowly going. Yes. Yeah, they're killing a lot of archers. And now they're getting to the rear of the general unit and the pikes. And ouch. Yeah. Chariots are managing to get, well, they only have 64 kills, but they are breaking all of their attacking units. Yeah, good use of the chariots here by Mighty. Already on 200 kills, really nice stuff. Not sure why they're losing. It says that they're losing in combat. However, they are just racking up kills. They're on 200 kills right now. Are being pulled back now. Not sure why they're being pulled back. Kushat General has broken. He has used his morale buff, but that won't be enough. And that is it, guys. Really nice battle. Thank you for Mighty for sending in this battle. I did enjoy it, even though there was a lot of mistakes from the attackers. It was a bit slow, but it was a good battle. And now let's have a look at the kills. So the Mighty Gato coming in with 2,100 kills, pretty average stuff. But Awful for the attackers getting 2,300 kills, so really good stuff. Let's start with the defenders. So Mighty getting 250 kills with his chariots, almost 200 kills with these archers. All the archers doing not that well. These Armored Desert Hoplites over here doing really well, 230 kills, 200 kills. Pikes doing alright. They are levy pikemen, so you wouldn't expect them to get that many kills, so they did their job. All of these Nabatean Axe Warriors being used to a really good effect. All of them getting pretty nice kill count. They are cheaper units. For Slan got only 1,700 kills, but his archers did do a lot of work. These Eastern Heavy Archers managed to get a lot of kills. They are really cheap. And Slan did have a lot of units remaining in his army, so he did have 3 fresh units, 2 Pontic Swords and 1 unit of Bronze Shield Pikes. Some Pontic Swords doing alright, 136 kills, 176, 170. The rest of his army could have done a bit better. For the attackers, we have Ulfa, who came in with 2,300 kills, getting the most kills in this battle. His general got 206 kills. And these Armored Shotels getting 386 kills. This is what I'm talking about, guys. These Shotels being used really well. Some getting 240. This is a bit disappointing from this unit of Shotels. Nubian Bowmen doing really well. 200 kills each, almost. Swordsmen also doing alright. Shotels not being used that well. For Dan, the final player, he's getting around 150 kills each with his Cretans. Rhodian Slingers almost getting 200 kills. Shield Bearers also doing really nicely. However, his Militia Hoplites all did really bad, getting all under 70 kills. Thracian Warriors done alright. Thorax Swordsmen, yeah, this is a bit disappointing. All the Thoraxes did pretty bad in this battle. And Royal Pelters could have also done a lot of better. Pike's doing alright though. Yeah. So thank you everyone. Thank you for sending in this replay. Good battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and please leave in the comments down below if you'd like to see more land battles, or if you prefer me sticking to siege battles. Peace out from me.